Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and slots at the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Who will win more rounds? Who will show the most furious play? And who will claim the major prize? Find out at the CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. And don't forget to reload.
You just gotta listen to the epic voiceover man, because he is 100% right about everything. Don't forget to reload, Hawker, but also spots are on the line here at the PGL Major, and right now it's looking like Gambit want to try and keep themselves in a very strong spot. They got their win yesterday in their best of 3. They dropped a map against Amiga, but they've come into the series against Akuma today, and they've taken away Vertigo. 16-10. I have to say it was a bit of an elevated start coming in some of the rounds that Akuma got after a good start, but overall, Gambit very comfortable, and their individuals started warming up even more towards the end of that map. Heading into Inferno, how are we feeling about Akuma's chances here? It is their map pick.
It is their map pick, but I still think Gambit are just very good on this map. I still don't think Akuma have much of a chance at getting the win. Now, Gambit did lose it yesterday against Namiga, but I think Namiga are one of those teams who play a style where they can catch you out sometimes. They can just go for some aggressive plays, and maybe you're not ready for it. I don't know if Akuma quite have that same ability as an underdog to really surprise you. I feel like they normally play fairly by the book. Maybe they'll have a couple of cool things and ideas every now and then, but I think it's going to be hard for Akuma to come in and just dominate here on Inferno. I just don't know if I see it happening. I think Gambit is still really good on this map.
Yeah, I have to say, when we see Sensei step up, that is when they look good on Inferno over for Akuma, and he got neutralized pretty heavily over on Vertigo, right? We got to see Shiro winning a lot of those battles. There were a few kills here and there from Sensei. He's a good player, so you will see that starting to come in. You will see kills every now and then, but I think Gambit did a very good job at neutralizing him, really limiting the impact he could provide for his team. And we've kind of talked about how Akuma have even got to this point. It's really off the coattails, right? Riding off the coattails of Sensei as a next level operator in the region, right? He's really solid. He's a great individual player, but when you're going up against Gambit, they're the best team in the world. One player is not going to be enough to even bring it close, so they've got to hope that a team effort is going to come out. They're starting on the T side here on Inferno. It is their map pick as Gambit are underway with a 1-map advantage. It's Axel up into the apartments early on with some aggression.
Birds chirping away on Inferno. So we've got a quiet start to this round. Hobbit's taking that aggressive angle on Banana, but there's a chance someone could sneak up close to him. He's got to make sure he's fully watching for that left side. Psycho's just holding for aggression right now, though, because they're deploying a couple of smokes in towards A. Akuma not pushing through short, though. They're going to go through their own smoke in towards long.
Shiro, that is difficult to stomach, really. And now they've lost CT spawn as well. Nathany hitting the deck, and Hobbit is under a good bit of pressure. He knows they're charging through CT spawn, but he realizes he has to hold Banana. He's taking the kill onto Psycho and now can clear out Banana, aware that now he can just focus on one avenue. It is going to be CT spawn and towards Coffins as they added another little twist. Hobbit's going to hit the headshot. Checky out of play. And the lit look from Dem QQ has delivered a kill on Axel. But Sensei catches him looking the wrong way. Just one right now for Sensei. And Shiro, he's shooting all the bullets but not getting any kills. And somehow Shiro goes out of the pistol round without a single frag. And on the opposite side of things, Sensei, what a start in the Inferno.
It feels pretty similar to Vertigo, right? Gambit just getting off to a slow start individually. Missing a bunch of shots you'd probably expect them to hit, but you got to give Sensei a lot of props for making them pay. Getting into good positions with the Glock, but all these headshots, quick kills, spamming away. Akuma off to a good start here, and Gambit will have to go down to a 4-spy for this follow-up round. But we know they can be very dangerous with these pistols. We saw it on one of those rounds over on Vertigo. They were able to spam those body shots with the Deegs, a couple of quick headshots for the kills. And Inferno's definitely a map where you can take some close-range fights. So Akuma can't just go ahead and assume they've got a good start here. They've got to make sure they win this one.
We've seen some Deagle rounds from Gambit already over on Vertigo, especially on that CT side. We've seen it come through after a good start for Akuma. And here comes Hobbit, MP9 in play. That's going to open things up. A lot of damage done onto Akuma as well. An actual unchecked. He's always crouching behind walls for the Deagle, and he gets 2 out of it. 2 kills quickly. Sergey's luckily treading back, and Psycho alongside him, getting kills. Not too far on the spam there, but because the kill didn't come through, Enters is able to take his teammate out here, Sergey's. He's got a 1v3 right in front of him. AK-47 in hand, and Gambit again are answering on a force buy. It's so hard to just get that second round against these teams. These Deagle body shots just delivers every single time, it feels like.
Axile's so good at finding those spots where he can put that Deagle body shot to use too. We really are seeing teams and players get now to a position where you almost feel like they're aiming to get close range with the Deag to go for some of these fights. He stays in mini pit, which is always a really hard position to clear out. Unless you're wrapping in from long or you have a molly you can put there, it's such a good angle to just get those close range fights in. You see Akuma basically having to go ahead and just jump at him with the Deag, and Axile's going to take those fights all day long. Gambit come back with that second round win, and now they've got a chance to go ahead and get off to a really strong start here. Axile already opening up this round, and Akuma have bought the pistols, but they're already a man down.
Go start for Axel. Shiro playing towards sandbags at Banana. It's a difficult setup to break down if Akuma are to go B, but they are taking the time and walking up into top middle, and now turning their attentions up Banana. Utility's already been used by Nafri. Instead there, he's going to hold them back, and Hobbit out long as Jackie now brings the bomb back into the A plate. Difficult spot to clear. Hobbit gives himself the most solid advantage possible right there with that MP9. Drops down off of the ledge. And now with Akuma with 24 seconds left, they have to figure out how they're going to get onto a site. Walking past Axel is not going to be the right move there. Axel just takes both out with a UMP. And that's the round done. Jackie, what can he really hope for here? Walking the lines down, die before time is the best case scenario, and he's done that at least.
Great positioning again from Axile. When you have a player like him who not only has incredible aim, but I think also is pretty smart with the positions he plays, it's just a recipe for massive impact. You've seen it now in back-to-back rounds where he's got multi-kills. Bit of a non-starter for Akuma, in all honesty. They never really put much pressure on Gambit in that round. They were sitting back and I think hopefully waiting for some mistakes. And again, it's that same scenario where maybe in some of their games they're playing against the weaker opposition, there are some mistakes made, and they get the chance to get into that round. But against Gambit, they're not going to give away anything for free, and then you're just left with such little time left that you don't have much of a chance.
Shiro in the corner with the UMP. Comes down to the timing, he looks the wrong way. Nafni wasn't looking for him at that time. And because of that, Shiro looks into the wall and dies. So that does give an opening for Akuma. He'll take his UMP and start to leave Banana. Now looking for the fight at top mid, and this time Axel not hiding in the corner. He's taking fights. He's confident to just swing into the open. He does get away with 2. Got a little worried for him for a second, but never count Axel out of any situation. He's comfortable, he's confident, spraying away. Even gets the 4K. That's the round saved, and there's a third for Gambit. It looked a little worrying when Shiro went down there, but you gotta realize what they had left. It was just the pistols and that one UMP they salvaged. Not the end of the day, but Akuma now out with the AKs. Khalil there for Psycho as well.
First full gun round for Akuma, with a Galil in there, as you pointed out. Not quite the perfect weaponry. As for Gambit, they are keeping that MAC-10 onto Nafany. He's playing over on A this round too. He took the SMG over towards Banana last time, but this time they go back. Shiro's got that up towards Banana, but he's got to be careful getting back to safety as Akuma put the pressure on early.
Hobbit getting aggressive, good flashing from his teammate as well. Shiro perfectly placing the flashbang. Hobbit secures his kill off the back of it. 4 versus 5 with Gambit up to the man advantage in round 5. It's always difficult to find a reply here if you're Akuma. Because to do so, you do have a little bit more pressure on you to actually go in and take those fights. You don't have utility to manipulate the map in your favor, to limit some of the positions. You have to deal with the setups that Gambit are going to put in place for you. One of the smokes used up. It's deep in front of Library. Does give them archway control, and Nafany realizes that has to adjust his position back into Library. That does take away at least one player from the A side, but they've still got to deal with the double stack inside of the site itself. And with limited time, they have to go. Some utility comes in from Inters to try and cause some problems. With the bomb nowhere near the site, Nafany needs to be aware of that close player at Library. As soon as they pass that information on, he can peek out from Library itself. Axel gets one. Nafany has been taken out of play, but as Inters inside the site, they might just end the round here. Drops the bomb. Well played from Inters. And with 5 seconds, just playing with his food, denying the bomb plant. And a great round out of Inters on the hold.
It didn't look like he was going to be the man who was kind of tasked with getting the majority of the kills initially, because you see the setup was Inters on the initial angle with Axel tucked into the corner. But the way this utility worked, it kind of stalled out Akuma, actually meant that Inters was the one who had to take the fights while his teammate Axel was just getting spammed through that smoke. So really good adaptation from Inters there to be able to get away with those kills. Switched out to the Deagle wisely. Nice, solid work from him. And now Shiro wants to get involved in the party, but not able to land that initial shot on the jumping player.
Shiro. He's got the AWP as he peers down Banana. They're just trying to bid out the shot. He will actually go for the shot the second time around. Because of that, they had a slight window of opportunity to get a player across. The smoke in from Gambit to secure bottom. Banana control. Flash in as well to allow the re-peek of Shiro. He'll confirm no one's there. And runs away.
Akuma looks set to take that late round Banana control, but I assume they'll use some nades to do so. And once they throw a flash, which they've just thrown, we should see a second man rotate to help Nafany. And that's exactly what's happening. Hobbit's going to come over to help on the B site, and he's going to arrive before the push comes in.
Yeah, they changed up positions. Shiro went over, Hobbit replaced him on the B site. And then this double stack between Nafany and Hobbit on oranges. This is so difficult to deal with because once you get the kill on Hobbit, you think it's going to be clear. You're not ready for that second player. Hobbit actually goes down into the first orange, just smoking. Nafany's now the first player to open things up. 2 kills in from him. This could be genius. He gets a third. There's no way they're ready for Hobbit. They look for him, and it's 1 kill for him. Shiro, no scout through the smoke again. Gambit get the round, and it's a beautiful hold from Nafany.
Pistols trying to just rush in towards the site, close the distance. I think they were really hoping that smoke at first oranges would allow them to focus towards those backside spots. You kind of see the first man running in was literally just running straight towards dark and just trying to see if he could clear out those spots. As you pointed out, they didn't realize that Nafany would be up on top. Then Hobbit was just sitting in the smoke, so it was another player they were going to have to deal with. Gambit go ahead and take a 5th round, but now we've got the guns back out from Akuma, and we've got the AWP from Sensei. We've been talking about the impact he needs to have for this team. Good bit of aggression from Axel early, though. He spotted that A is fairly open right now. There isn't much presence there from Akuma, and that's because they have 4 players towards Banana. Oh, Axel's position could be nice here.
Yeah, Axel is in a good spot in these mid. It worked perfectly. That Axel getting away with murder on the double. Oh, it's not quite good, but we'll forget about that. Luckily, it didn't bounce back into the bedroom. Would have killed him.
Yeah, the reason he gets away with that is because Akuma think they're safe with Jackie holding that side of the map. But Axel pushes in the one position in the apartments where you can't be ready for him. So those mid players aren't really looking in his direction. He does really well to adjust for the second kill, though. And now Akuma won't even get a chance to run their strat, really. 3v5, 33 seconds. They may actually just save here. They're not making any moves right now.
I think at this point, it is looking like the save call will be coming through. It's not like they've got any other options available to them. And I can understand why you want to save here, because if you go in with what you've got, you're very likely to just be bombarded down, and that money is not in a good spot at all. So at least saving the weapons into the next round, you'll have something to play with. Even if you just get a couple of Tech 9s out on Jackie and MQ, you'll still be pretty well off. Still a doable round here for Akuma. But Gambit are definitely in a very comfortable situation on this CT side. See Axel just getting away with some of that timing aggression. I think Axel on this A site has been the player to watch. Also, it's kind of similar because we're looked over at on the first map. Nafny was definitely the player to look out for over there. And here in Inferno, for me, it's obviously got to be Axel. 12-3. He's done everything on the A side, but the reason he's been so successful at it is because once again he's just changing it up so much. He's in so many different spots. He's delivering impact in lots of different ways, and that's the same aspect of what made Nafny successful over on Vertigo. Every time you think you got a counter to it, it's a different play coming out of Axel, so it's really hard to play against that style.
I think we need to see a round from Akuma where they show us those early protocols just to get that bit of map control, just to make sure they're not getting pushed on either side. And then maybe they can actually get a chance to run one of their plays. Because there's nothing more frustrating than having that feeling that you're not even getting the chance to go for your round. That's the half-wall smoke that sometimes teams like to try and flash through for the early banana control. It's really hard for the CTs to molly or to nade and do much damage. When that smoke is down, you can quickly flash through it if you want to go for the fights. But Akuma just using that to make sure that there's no aggression from Gambit early on. And now they will start to get that banana control safely.
Oh, Shiro. Nice quick pick. No one trying to bait the shot out. Often they've been trying to just bait Shiro's shots out, and he has fallen forward a little bit. He's been biting on it a few times, but this time they just dry peek into him, and a kill comes in for Shiro. Sergey's trying to pull that kill back, just pre-firing the shot through the smoke, hoping that Shiro was still hanging around. But Shiro changes up his position. Even when utility goes down, he doesn't hang around in the same spot. And that is a very standard AWPing style. It's just take the one pick, drop back. Shiro does it even when utility's up. And with that one kill, Akuma are going to try and finish the round on the A side. They go back over here, and obviously dealing with Finn is very difficult, but dealing with Axel even more. Comes through Boiler, mows them down. 3 kill for Axel. They didn't even see that coming.
Axel's the best player on the server right now, and it's not even close. Not only the aim, but the positioning has been pretty much perfect in every round. And this is a situation where Akuma actually get a decent start to the round. Yes, they lose a player over on B, but they draw a rotation. Top mid was wide open for the taking, and still Axile's in the right place at the right time to get the flank going, and it shows on the scoreboard right now. Axile has more kills than all the Akuma players put together.
That's a pretty horrible statistic if you're Akuma. So was the scoreline. I'm gonna try and pop the flash out. It actually just blinds Dom QQ instead of Inters right there. So he's gonna have to fall off that boiler peak and back up the holes. Shiro going for an aggressive peek into Banana this time. Not quite what many would consider aggressive, but Shiro is definitely in a more advanced peak than he has had so far. And because he's holding an Iron Core, he can get that opening kill, but he also allows his teammate to get over. And now there's rifle support in the corner. Hobbit gets into position quick enough, and they don't even know he's there. An easy 3K, and Hobbit goes out to finish off the job. That is a beautiful round from Hobbit. Played to perfection. He gets into the position at just the right time, and because of the distraction, they often expect the AWPer to be there alone. They don't even think about the sandbags.
Gambit have such incredible individual strength. It still just astounds me every time. That is a sick clip from Hobbit. Just so comfortable, so clean on all those kills. Their big three is the best in CSGO right now. 8-1 lead. Akuma are feeling the pain right now. and I've got to say, this is almost like a bit of a statement from Gambit after that close series yesterday. They're not messing around anymore.
I wonder if it's a statement from Gambit or a statement from the Miga as well to show how they're a strong side. Because if you're able to beat Gambit when these individuals are like this right now, this is scary for all the other teams in the RMR. Jackie.
I don't even know if I've ever seen anyone play Axile's current spot. Up near that smoke. I think he's fallen off it. Does feel like a risky position.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that can only work with the timing. If you're at the beginning of that smoke, right, you've got to be right there while the smoke is up. There has to be no risk in it fading anytime soon. I think just getting back to the site there, Axel was just hoping maybe someone tried to phase the smoke, walk through it, but didn't happen.
Yeah, the nice thing about that is sometimes T's like to just jump out of that smoke onto short to try and flank that short player. So you can almost like body block that and stop that from happening, which could be nice. But 35 seconds left. Akuma haven't lost a player early this time, but they don't have many nades left for the site take.
And look who's just got into the site as well. Once you've got players inside of the site, it's a nasty surprise. Axel, this time only managing one kill, but Nafny's in there. You've got Inters in the pit right now as well. And Nafny really will be the player that closes this. There's no way they even expect him to be there. He hops up over the top, and what a nasty surprise. Another one still inside of the site. But quick kill from Sensei. He keeps the dream alive. He's got to win out the round now alone, and Shiro, he's taking one kill. Instead of committing to the 1v1, he's going to show restraint and fall back as well. So many players will have gone for that, but Gambit want to play the 2v1. They want the advantage, and Sensei, still alive, needs to get these kills to go his way, and he's just missed the timing. They've wrapped in towards long together. And Shiro and Hobbit now walking their way back in, and Sensei does well to turn it into the 1v1. It's now just Hobbit left alone. He's got no utility, so he has to tap the bomb and hoping that is enough to draw him into the open. In fact, he's just going to stick the bomb and going around the corner. Sensei cannot deny. It's the defuse for Hobbit, stolen away. He just sticks the bomb in the corner. There's no tap, there's no bait out. He just holds it.
Oh, Sensei did so well up until that point. We were talking about how he needs to be their player to step up on Inferno. It looked like he was about to do it, but he's just a millisecond too late. Hobbit locks in the defuse, and Akuma are probably a bit pissed after that round, Dinko. I can't blame them. They're taking a timeout. And at this point, when you're 9-1 down, it's so devastating to lose a round like that. I think you do need the timeout just for your own mental fortitude at this point.
Just for a little breather. That was going to be so frustrating for Sensei. He had to have just been a few milliseconds away from winning the round. I think when he hears the tap on the bomb there, no peaks coming out of Hobbit, no shots being rattled. It's just, you gotta realize, hold on. He's been on that a little too long now. Gotta give it a little look, and in the end, it's just too late. But that is definitely a positive out of Sensei. This is the play we talk about. Has to be the one to show up for Akuma. Getting kills now, but they need some rounds.
Gambit haven't been challenging for this banana control too heavily. And the thing I like about that is they keep lots of nades on their site players. So sometimes you'll see teams contest banana, lose their nades early, but this time Akuma finally upping the pace, seeing if they can go for the quick B play. Nafany holding strong to begin with, but he's alone, and Sergis comes through with some impact. 2 quick kills, and that could be the round over right then and there.
That's what I was really waiting for, with some of these quick, aggressive plays from Akuma, strength in numbers, attacks into the B site, and finally, it pays off. Sergis with the double. I don't know if it's the most sustainable, but at this point, you just take any round you can get. You just get on the board, you try and keep as many players alive as possible to get that money going. In the next round, they'll even have more utility available to them. But it's an opportunity now presented to Akuma. They had another in the previous round that was stolen away. I'm glad to see them back on the board. And look at Gambit, they know. Let me just pin them in banana. Let me do nade damage. Let that bomb do the work for us. And they might lose a few members here. In fact, they do lose Sergis. That is just a nice little detail there from Gambit. Just to pin them in banana. Don't allow the fallback. Just make sure it's as expensive as possible.
Oh, we're seeing this again.
That's pain.
At least Akuma can be happy with this round win. And we get to see these entries. This second shot, it was just straight through the smoke. I was wondering if it was towards the edge of the smoke or something, because it showed up as a smoke kill on the kill feed, but no, just straight through.
And I did just say, you know, that's not the most sustainable round. That just adds to it. That just adds to it. This, in fact, isn't a replay. This is the live round, and we're hopping into it. It's going to be Axel showing some aggression up into the apartments. I'm so confused. This is a replay. Oh my god. Alex, I was so confused for a second. I was like, what is happening? Well, there we go. This is the round? Yes, okay. We're good. We're good.
Oh, flashed in, but Axel goes down early, and now the A site is looking like it's in trouble. Shiro having to ult close quarters. Could be difficult, especially with his teammate falling. He's got to step up in a big way, and they're ramping him, but he's got the first shot. He's not able to get the second, though. Sergis starting to show up to the server, and Gambit with a 2v3 retake might not have a chance at winning this one. They need an early kill, and Nafany tried to force it, but he's gone, and so are their chances at the round.
Great stuff from Akuma. That is a really good round out of the team. It just wasn't an individual doing that. It was everybody hitting their shot, getting their kill. And that's how a T round should go. 3 now for Akuma. The issue is, even with those rounds they're winning, you got to look at the economy of Gambit and realize they saved quite a few players in the last round, even the one that they lost. And now we're looking at a scenario where, okay, Akuma are doing everything they can to get the round wins, but you're still going to have to deal with buy round after buy round. So they got to try and keep this up. I think if they get 5 at the half, I think 6 is obviously the most ideal world, but I think 5 is probably the minimum I would give them to put up a fight in the second half. So 2 more needed to be found here for Akuma, and they're going into a timeout as well.
It's just a lot of gun rounds you've got to go up against from Gambit. They've still got money in the bank. And that round was somewhat unfortunate to begin with for Gambit, just because they're going for that flash play into the apartments, which can definitely work in a lot of default rounds where there's only 1 T towards the apartments. But this was a round where Akuma had 3 players there. And so when you have 3 players in the apartments like that, you're going to have at least one of them playing anti-flash and being ready to just go ahead and quickly turn around to keep your teammates safe. Whereas if there was only 1 man there, then you can see how the flash probably would have just allowed Axile a much easier fight, a much easier kill. So maybe just a bit unfortunate for Gambit. That's going to happen to you sometimes, though. That's Counter-Strike. You're not going to get the right read in every round. Now we go back to another gun round. Akuma still have to stay strong here. Only 3 rounds for them. They're continuing to go up against the gun rounds. Gambit will go back to their default setup. They've got aggressive at second mid again.
First orange just line up perfect into Paul, and Inters helps him out. Oh, it's a shutdown, even a little team kill coming in from Hobbit. Nafny had done so much in the round, and his reward is getting blasted out of it by his teammate. And Jackie, well, you can't really hope for much here, unfortunately, if you're hit. You walk in, and a quick death is the best reward you can find, 10-3. I guess Hobbit was just trying to eliminate Nafny because he was doing too much work. It's like, come on, I want a piece of the pie. I wanted some kills. So just blows him out of the round.
He was down to 1 HP to be fair. I think this nade, where's it go? Oh, okay. No, that's just not a very good nade. He's landed in towards the pool position. I thought he was trying to nade onto Banana, but yeah, that's not great. Either way, it's a round win for Gambit. They won't be too bothered about it. Sensei's got this all peeking into top mid, but Gambit haven't given away this fight too often. Shiro was playing in the apartments in the previous round. He's trying to do it again, but they've lost a man over on Banana, and there is Shiro getting that kill right back for his team.
Oh, Hobbit gets swung out. Psycho making space in the defense, so now the attack into B is looking all but done. No defense there at all now. Up against Akuma, no resistance met. And Gambit are going to rotate everybody over to the B side. There is still a late lurk potential here coming in from Jackie. Keep note of that in case it comes into play. It's going to be a little while before he arrives over to the B side. So he can just get back on board with Gambit, who look to try and take over the retake. Now, time is ticking. So there are opportunities starting to dwindle. And it's going to be Psycho on the headshot. Shiro down quickly from the Ruins extension. Sergei's kill onto Axel. And the flank doesn't even need to really come through, but Jackie is going to make sure Inters can't escape. It's a headshot. And Akuma given a 4th round. And I did say they needed 5. They've got that opportunity now as we head into the last round of the first half.
A retake was obviously a long shot for Gambit, but they have so much money that there's no reason not to try the round win. They've got everything they could ask for into the last round of this first half. I guess Shiro's missing some nades, but it's not a big deal. Akuma up to 4, but still a long, long ways to go for them. 3B setup for Gambit this time. They haven't contested Banana too heavily so far in this game. This might be the round where they switch that up, using a good bit of early utility, and Akuma have been forced off the Banana position. Oh, they're fighting back though. The T's want this.
Look at this bait and switch setup for Nafny and Hobbit. This is about to be a meat grinder. See if Nafny can do enough on top of the boost. It's going to be 1 out for him. Hobbit still in behind him as well. Unneeded right now. Nafny's going to continue. But there we go. Hobbit on the Molotov. That's a problem. Hobbit still fights. He gets a double kill before the fire burns him away. And that's enough to give them an advantage to Gambit. They might lose both B players, but the rotation has come over of the AWP. And the defense has given a strong enough advantage with 43 seconds left. Shiro on the coffins might just be enough to hold on to B. Oh, missed shot. Oh.
Shiro just goes back for the fight. Finally, the smoke comes in. Shiro thinks about going through it, but Sensei's not even committed to B. 25 seconds. He's going to try and run back to A, but I think Axel's got him locked in here.
Sensei backing up into him. Axel with the headshot. 11-4.5 coming in from Gambit. Looking to be that strongest performance here on Inferno. And I am really impressed by Axel throughout the first half. I don't think we could say that enough. His A performance was just so good. It's kind of crazy how his teammates even slightly caught up. He was so far ahead. He was just doing so much work, and Hobbit, he has done it quite a bit himself. 12-7. Just shows how much depth there really is on Gambit. As we now jump into the pistol. Akuma, they didn't get those 5 rounds, and they've gone for dual Berettas in the pistol round. Let's see if Sensei can make it work.
Probably going to play those. Oh, I thought he was going to play them on Banana, but he's actually playing with the dualies on the A site, interestingly enough. 3B stack either way for the Akuma side. Gambit are slowly taking that Banana control back. Couple of nades available for them. Psycho's still seeing if he can get an early kill before the push, and that's a stunning shot from Psycho, but he's quickly traded by Inters, and Axel gets another entry onto B.
Oh, Sergey's headshots delivered, and now jumps off the coffin, swings into the open again, and the bomb, it has gone down. It is Hobbit into the 1 versus 2. Damage has been done to both CTs. And Sergey's with the 4K. Hobbit quickly took his teammate out. I thought there was a chance there for him, but Sergey takes his opportunity. A beautiful pistol round from him, and 12 kills now on his board. Akuma needed that, but the issue has been they win pistol rounds. It's not a problem for them, but it's winning these 4 spies that is the more difficult scenario.
Such a nice round from Sergis. Those first 2 shots looked like they were just going to be all he needed to do, but then comes through on low health and gets 2 more kills. Brilliant work from him. Gambit again, not going for a 4 spy in this round without the bomb plant. They're happy to take the safer approach. Smoke into top mid means Nafany will be waiting either for his teammates or for the smoke to fade. Once we get into the gun rounds, Gambit like to go for dry peeks into top mid quite often. They like to just try and take that map control without making any noise. Axel's a big part of that. You can see right now Akuma not fully peeking into top mid. DemQQ tries to. Shiro with that 1 Deagle has taken him out of the round. Now someone else will have a go with the Deagle.
Sensei, MP9, rattling away at Nafany, and now Axel up in the apartments. Again, like you said, not the weapon for it here with the Glock. Gonna try and charge into B. Psycho should be taking this one easily enough. P250 has to land some quick shots, and it will. That's a bomb plant for Inters, if nothing else. He just gets it down in time. Sergey's is running at him, but it just wasn't enough time for him to get over that to stop it all from happening. And now Axel just being a little bit of a nuisance. The round, you see 1 here with a defuse, and Axel just runs away. He doesn't give the money over to the SMG, and we'll save into the next one. Walks away with $4,500 with the bomb plant. So 11-6. It is Akuma who are steadily coming back into things, but here comes their first real challenge. It's going to be the guns coming out for Gambit.
Full nades too. The bomb plant really helping make sure that happens. You can see Shiro had to spend all that extra $800 on getting these nades in his hands for this round. Akuma, obviously with a couple of MP9s carried on over. So they may look to fight on Banana with some of those closer range angles. And Jackie actually just gets aggressive into the apartments. But the quick top mid play could allow them to go into A long, which is wide open. And Nafany loves getting into this position, cutting off that rotate and allowing the wrap into A.
Jackie has just used this utility. Shiro is going to get that kill easily. And now puts pressure onto the site defense, and not a single player holds. It's the bomb plant for Gambit. It's the round as well. And that is heartbreaking for Akuma into what is an incredibly important round for them. They needed to be able to deliver something, some resistance on the defense, and they just didn't.
I love those plays so much from Gambit. I really enjoy seeing Nafany just get into that long position so quickly. You do see quite a few rounds where CTs will rock 3B early, and that gives you the ability to just gain a lot of ground on A and put yourself positionally in a great spot to quickly wrap onto that A site and win the round. It's a really nice way to start this T side for Gambit, who have got themselves their 12th round confirmed. rotating with 4 players will also help make sure they can keep their money good going forwards.
It's just a frustrating round there, isn't it, for Akuma? And what they've been able to bring to this round, I mean, it's not the worst, but it's certainly nothing in comparison to what Gambit have got in this round. M4s on 2 players, MP9 for Psycho, and just the Eagles in play for Jackie and DemQQ. Utility bombarding Banana yet again. A deeper Molotov into Logs to really force the run back out of Banana. Psycho is taking Banana control. That smoke has gone quite deep, and it's great utility usage here from Akuma. And it does really make you think, obviously, the utility becomes so important on Inferno that it's probably better to get that utility out than an upgraded weapon, and you can see why.
Scary thing here is now Gambit know you've used all those nades over towards B. So if they can retake Banana, if they can just use a flash or 2 to get that control back, a B execute could be really nice with no counter nades really at the ready on that CT side. So it's all about getting that Banana control back for Gambit, and this is what they can do with flash over the top, clearing out the close angle. Axar was so valuable with some of these early kills, and now Akuma want to fight, but this is not looking too good for them. Mollied out of position, DemQQ alone with a dig. Good luck, buddy.
He's got a hope he can hit some nutty shots, maybe some body shots, pull them closer. He's not finding anything yet. Eventually won't get at least 1 shot off. Kind of unreal how long he survives that. He is down now. There's no smoke in the ruins. And Sensei's going to creep into the side. Molotov in. Oh, second shot from Sensei. Shiro and Axel both down, and Sensei's taking damage, but a third! Oh, that's the bomb! And that is the round. Beautiful stuff from Sensei. Oh, no way! He does it! He runs after them in towards CT, and all Jackie needed to do was fall back and stay alive, but instead holds the cross, and because of that, Hobbit charges him down. I thought he had done enough there, Sensei, but it is stolen away. Hobbit realizes the only way he can win it is charging in for that fight, and so, oh, it just isn't enough done. Just a runaway would have been it.
If Jackie's internet died there, he'd have won the round. As weird as it sounds, he would have probably survived in CT and he would have won it. Just didn't know that Hobbit didn't have the time. It's obviously an incredible fight for Hobbit to win, having to just jump in and take it, but oh, what a heartbreak for Akuma, because they needed that round. They needed it. Look at the position they're in now. UMP, MP9, and some pistols. That round just could be the decisive one in this series.
That is a tilter right there. You are tilted off the face of the universe. Not just Earth. If universe had a face. But anyway, Napoli throwing the nade down into Boiler is 1 onto Jackie. He's gonna look for the second pick as well. Sensei was looking to peek up into him with that UMP. Not coming out with a kill though, and it's all going downhill right now for the defense. Even when Nafany's blinded, he gets kills. They'll throw the Molotov into pit. They're clearing everything. They're limiting the positions. Well, 40 seconds left. It is Gambit, who have already won the round here. I felt this one I can actually call with pure confidence. I thought that round was done, Hawker, in the previous, to be honest, but that is how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
This time, I think there is no way Akuma win this. Even with a kit, there's no ninja defuse possibility. Psycho's stuck on Banana. Well played from Gambit. And are they going to go hunt this down? I don't think they need to. I think they're chilling. Their money's not too great on the Gambit side, so no need to take the unnecessary risk. Inter's just staying in pit, can watch the bomb and get their 14th round win. I think you see from that earlier round why we're seeing teams go for those banana takes with the full nades just way less often. It feels like the kind of play you only go for a couple of times a half now, because the T's can just get it back so quickly with a flash or two. They can force you away, and then they can take some fair fights, and all those nades haven't really got you enough. And that's unfortunately what happened to Akuma in that earlier round. And now in this one, they have basically nothing to work with. They kind of went all in on that last round, hoping they could maybe break the bank of Gambit and get a streak going, but now that you lose that force, you're in such a bad spot.
Oh, Hobbit. Great movement to get up into the apartments quickly. Because he got up there so quickly, he could actually win the fight at Boiler, but he's not ready for the second. Nafny's just taking out the apartment's balcony player, and he couldn't get down into Boiler quick enough. So Sensei does dash out of there with a kill. Not without receiving damage. He's down to 46. And is still the man advantage for Gambit, and a very weak A site right now for Akuma. So they've pulled over a rotation. Shiro, needed to take out the AK there. Sensei's done a good job in this round, but that is his work done now. Sergey's is the only player on the A side left, and he's up in apartments and just has a USP, and Nafny's even ready for that. Look at that awareness. Really great stuff from Nafny. He gets the read on the last two. That's a 4K from him. Yes, against weaker weapons, but done in style. And Gambit now looking to close in style. 15-6 on Inferno. The map pick of Akuma. And this is a great statement for Gambit.
I like how Sergis basically tries to make that play Axile made in the first half, where he pushed the apartments and flanked. He was like, yeah, that's a cool play Axile did. I'll try and give it a go. And then just dead. Headshot. Nafny was watching for it. Again, great awareness from Nafny to be aware of that. And Gambit are looking good to take the 2-0 here. And this is the hard thing against Gambit, man. The first map looks close. You kind of think you can maybe see Akuma, you know, putting up a fight on this second. But they've just got such a deep map pool that anything you pick into them is not going to be easy. Oh my God.
There's nothing you can do about that. That is so quick from Axel. There's no window of opportunity to even fight back, and Axel's going to do it again. Second quick kill. The B-side's just crumbled. Rotation's over. This is a quick end if they close it right now. Gonna pull off a retake with 2 flashbangs left, an Itchy and 1 smoke. Another kill at least, but this time it's for Akuma. Threw the smoke onto the head of Nafny. They'll use up that Itchy grenade, at least getting something out of it. Some damage trickled on to the Gambit players. Akuma starts to search for the final moments of the round. They run it on in. Shiro from Newbox connects his kill. It's just a moment of time before we see victory for Gambit locked in. And Dem QQ goes down through the smoke. Gambit have done it. A great statement, a strong showing, and a 2-0 win.
Such a pleasure to watch Axile on that map. The dry peaks, the entries all over the map. CT side was obviously just brilliant from him, and Gambit as a whole, great team on Inferno. Again, I think it does suit them pretty well. They can play a lot of different ways on it. Team play was on point. All good for Gambit. They come back and take a 2-0, and any signs of being scared after that first day, after that first best of 3, are clearly long gone.
And I mentioned it during the cast as well. It is a bit of a statement from Namiga to show what kind of level they're capable of playing out. That they can win a map against the Gambit is playing that well. They had so much depth. Every single time Gambit turned a corner, if there was a slight adaptation for Akuma, if they started playing a little bit better, Gambit immediately had the answers. Sometimes even before the response had come in from Akuma. Remember Nafny back on Vertigo at the beginning of the series, just seems to always have the right call. Whatever Akuma did, whether it be right or wrong, Nafny made the right call.
Yeah, pretty much at all points they did well. I think Akuma, they're going to have a tough time here, honestly, with her first 2 results. But for Gambit, just business as usual for these boys. They'll be happy to take that win.
Well, we'll be continuing the business here on the secondary stream after the break. We've got another series coming up. And actually, before we do that, we're going to take a look at Group A and Group B. We take a look at how things are standing now with that Gambit win. That's 2 now for them as they head up to 6 points. I don't know. I think Na'Vi are the only team I really feel right now that could even bring it to Gambit if they're playing like that, Hulk. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I think maybe we could see Force try and play them somewhat close just because they had a good game. I could see them at least putting up a fight, but actually having a chance to win the series, I don't know.
Well, we're looking forward to jumping into it. It's Team Spirit and K23 that's coming up next. It'll be at 7 o'clock here in European time. So that's around a 1 hour's time. So you guys can go and get some snacks, get ready for the matchup. And I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a great one. Quickly before we go to a break, Hulk, any thoughts on this matchup before we get into it?
I'm excited to see K23. I want to see what they can do coming into this tournament. But yeah, I guess from Spirit's perspective, just hope that they don't have all the overtimes again, because they might be a bit exhausted after yesterday.
Yeah, Spirit had a very long one yesterday. If you guys missed it, you can go take a look at the results all over HLTV, because that was a super long game. One of the maps went over 60 rounds. But Spirit will be coming up against K23 in just under an hour's time here on the secondary stream. Over on the main stream, you can continue to watch Counter-Strike action. It's Silicus and Moses hitting the microphones over there. But for us, it's time to take a short break. We'll be joining you in just under an hour's time for our second match of the day.
Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical